Have you ever heard of a shark vomiting up a human arm? Well, in 1935, a 14-foot tiger shark on display at the Coogee Aquarium in Sydney, Australia, did just that, and it sparked a murder investigation that would go down in history. Please join us on this episode of Chasing Shadows. This strange incident began in 1935 when a fisherman hooked a small shark off Coogee Beach. While reeling it in, a 4-meter tiger shark swallowed the smaller shark, allowing it to also be caught. Instead of dumping his catch, the fisherman took the larger shark, which was still alive, to the nearby Coogee Aquarium baths, where it would make a wonderful attraction for the following Anzac Day weekend. The shark was considered public enemy number 1 at that time, since 3 young men had recently been taken and killed by sharks at New South Wales beaches. Bounty hunters were employed to help rid Sydney's beaches of the menace, so crowds flocked to see this monster with man-eating capabilities, which was given run of the pool. For several days the shark seemed quite active and had a voracious appetite, but on Anzac Day it began acting strangely. It appeared ill, moved around slowly, and was seemingly disoriented. Then suddenly, there was a great commotion in the pool, and in a sudden burst of movement, the shark thrashed its body and coughed up the contents of its stomach. When the sea foam settled, the crowd of aquarium guests saw to their horror a partially digested human arm floating on the pool's surface. Australians didn't need an excuse to blame a shark for someone's death, so when the aquarium resident regurgitated the disembodied arm, many assumed it was evidence of another deadly shark encounter. However, it was later discovered that the arm had not been bitten off by the shark, but had been removed from its body with a knife or other sharp instrument, indicating that the shark was an innocent party in an apparent murder. The arm was identified as belonging to James Smith, a former boxer and petty criminal. It was positively identified by his wife Gladys Smith and his brother Edward Smith. The tattoo on the victim's forearm depicted 2 boxers facing each other, fists poised for a fight. The police believe that the victim, James Smith, was murdered by Patrick Brady at a house in Toowoomba Street. Brady was already well known to the law for committing petty crimes and was also an expert forger. Another suspect, Reginald Holmes, tried to commit suicide, failed, and then accused Brady of the murder. According to police, Brady had acted alone while killing and dismembering Smith in his cottage on Toowoomba Street. He allegedly dumped most of the body parts in the sea, but held onto the arm as a threat to Holmes. In this version of events, Brady brought the limb to Holmes's house and warned him he would be next if he didn't deliver a generous payday. Holmes claimed to have panicked and gotten rid of the arm by tossing it in the water, where the tiger shark swallowed it whole. When the cops nabbed Brady, they got him on completely unrelated forgery charges. They needed him in the station but lacked the physical evidence to charge him with the murder. Brady was indicted in Smith's murder, but when it got to court, the case against him fell apart and he was acquitted of all charges. Apparently, the arm alone was not considered sufficient evidence to prove murder. Brady maintained his innocence of the crime until his death in 1965 at the age of 76, and this crime has never been solved. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and even subscribing to our channel.